Road to the Block, episode 3 is here. And the last episode, I did a longer one. It was like 45 minutes, and there was so much feedback saying people like the longer episodes. So we're doing it again. And this one is sick. So here's the 3 things we're going to hit. I'm going to first show you the leaderboard and what my elo sits at. Then you'll see a live commentary game of me versus the Puppy Pack Emperor, self-proclaimed. And then finally, we have an interview with Max Wu, arguably the best player in the world right now. And I just dug into him about tips to make us all better players. Now look, we'll get straight into it, but I do want to say there is a link in the description to Spooksy's channel. Spooksy, a very formidable and knowledgeable competitive player who is just starting to get into Turtle Pack tips and guides. So at the moment, he just has some no commentary long ranked sessions which you'll learn from. But if you're interested in getting better at Turtle Pack, the most common pack, follow the link in the description. I'll remind you again at the end of the video. And now without further ado, let's get into Road to the Block, episode 3. Okay, it is face camless Rev, and I'm excited to be here today to show you where I stand in the leaderboard. 1640, I am working my way up slowly, but it's been a real up and down process. I'll get into that soon. For now, let's actually look at who's topping the leaderboard. It's Bread Gaming, friend of the channel. If you see someone called Gabriel in the comment section, hilariously, his profile picture is a sap background with bread from when I versed him in Team Tour. He's on top, and the craziest part is, I think he's doing this with Danger Pack. Maybe I'll have to have Bread on in a future episode to explain how this happened. Moving on, we have No Surprise Kyogre, the GOAT, the literal GOAT. We have Liko Day. This is a surprising come up for Liko. He actually won one of my pack giveaways back in the day. Then it's Umza, no surprise. Then it's Catan. And then some people I've never heard of, but there it is. You can have a look here. Some surprising names, some unsurprising names in here, that's for sure. There is 24 days left. I'm recording this on Thursday. Let's see if I can hit 1650 in this episode. Okay, this is like the 5th game in a row I've played this game. Let's dance. Yeah, so I had a real flow state mouse. I'm taking flow state mouse. You can't stop me. Maybe I'll take another one. Yeah, since the last episode where I was like 1600 at that point, I was like on leaderboard. I had a really rough few days. I was losing a lot. And the natural inclination is to be like, I low rolled, other players lucky, Team Wood hates me. And then I watched the replays and was like, no, that's just bad play. I think the honeymoon period was over and I got a little bit arrogant. But then I had the conversation with Max, which you're about to watch after this. And I don't want to spoil too much, but he just said some things that stuck with me. Like, oh, I can totally do that. It was a good refresher. You know, you surround yourself with greatness, you become greatness, I believe is the expression. This does start a battle, it'll give it back, and then to you might be enough. Right? So yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I think Star Pack has problems. I want to get into it in a future episode where I just unpack. Now that I've been playing this a lot for the last week, where I sit with Star Pack. And it definitely has problems, but it has a lot of answers as well, mind you. We're going to take a win here. Let's go. So the usual MO is that you want to tempo against Puppy. I think I'm taking Pug. And this guy's interesting. But I'm looking for... Maybe I just take him. Just for a turn. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. Okay, so you are going to get to... If I stack 3 more levels on, you'll get to 7 attack. So I buy this on you in order to get you up to 8. So I can buy... Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud right now. I'm thinking out loud. Maybe we found love. You go to the back. Wait, they have tennis ball. That's before Pug. Alright, we just hope it doesn't hit this guy. Maybe I'll do this. In case of eucalyptus. God, when you just play without talking and then suddenly you're playing with talking, like it's like you're playing two games. You know, I encourage you to try this. Try to commentate one of your own games as you're playing it and be entertaining and be insightful. You might seem insane. I'm a genius. World's best positioning. Oh, I'm so smart. I'm literally so smart. Maybe I'll just rip this. It kind of stings having put the mouse apple on it, but you know, just sometimes that's the way it is. Things will never be the same. So I can do this. I'm rolling for the level here or the level here. It's worth it. Nope, you are neither of those things. You are one of those things, Salamander. So these guys, it's going to level, and then they're both going to be 4/4s. Yeah? Seems okay. It seems I'm okay with this. Beautiful. Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good. Salamander cooking. We've taken 2 lives. Ooh. You first. Neither of you are a clownfish. You are a clownfish. No, you're a clownfish. I like all of these. The tempo option is you. Am I realistically going to be able to tempo him out? I don't think so. But I do have a pug on board, which makes me tempted to take you. And I do, like me, a hawk. It's low investment. It gets you wins. You take the good, you take the bad. Give me a pug. So we'll see if these two end up being the long-term play. But I'm open to the idea. Yeah, I think this is fine. Maybe I'll do it like that. Let's see, I've been out-positioning this guy brutally so far, and by out-positioning, I mean I put the pet somewhere, and then I claim I'm a genius, if it works. That's how it works with positioning. Also, he is a well-known roper of turns. Mark Roper, perhaps? Oh my god, Lath's awake, I can hear it. Oh, well done. 1 sec. Okay, I'm so back. Hawk me. Shout out Hawkman. Sure. We're never going level 3 Salamander. That's insanity. How dare you even suggest such a thing? Give me a pug. Toad. Ew. Ew. So he's going to front his big... Let's think through this. He's going to front his big one. Which means Hawk trades, then this guy meets a big guy behind. This should have enough to survive Hoopo at the back. Once again, I am proclaiming my intense levels of genius. I'm literally so good. It's insane. Somebody study my brain in a lab. 3 lives. I'm looking for 3 things. I don't think I'm going to elk. There's none of those things. I like buffing the pug. I can't lie. I feel like this just gives me good trades. Am I wrong for thinking that we could be something for real? I'm now realizing I'm buffing a level 1 pug. That doesn't feel good. However, theoretically, these 3 should trade with their front 3, no? And this guy can hopefully get into their Hoopo. You stand alone at the back. It's easy. It's easy. God, I'm like half awake in terms of commentary right now. This might be one of the ones I look back on and cringe. Or I look back and be pleasantly surprised, you know, so it goes both ways with me. Okay. As expected. I'm so good. I'm literally so good. It's freakish how good I am. He's gonna once again front the big guy. Please. This 5 attack is working nicely into what's coming here. If it is coming at all, you know. Hawk, clownfish, pug. Okay. Let's see. You son of a gun. That's so rude. This pug I've been buffing might be going. Alpaca? It's orca. Which means you would go if I hit starfish. Oh no! No, I have to do it. Do I? Do I have to do... Let me ask you a question. Do I have to take this starfish? What if I like the pug? He's on 2 lives. You watch my starfish rejection. I'm going all in for the win. Or nothing. I'm not playing long term against Puppy Pack. Watch me reject, actively reject this starfish. You can't stop me. Imagine if there's a blobfish in shop. Alright, wait. Positioning, Rev. Think. I've thought. Not at all. And we're just going to go with this. Yo. Pop. Pop. Okay, here we go. Oh, yo. Oh my god. So if I buy this now... I could actually buy the blobfish this turn, no? So if I buy this... No, that's just not... That's not happening. Rev, actually relax, buddy. So he's going to have melon at the front. So this should... Watch this, by the way. Flow state, peel freeze, roll once, blobfish, and chocolate. Ooh! 1 out of 2 ain't bad. Just trust me on this, guys. I need you to trust me on this positioning. Why do I get the sense some of you are not trusting me? Oh, there's an octopus. That's scary. No. Wait, incredible... No. No. No, not the slug. Stop. Stop. Actually stop. You damn Takushi. Oh, this is really greedy now. Like, I can do this. I can actually push for level 3 Orca, which seems scary into what he's doing. Now, I'm going to rip hot dogs. I just feel like it may matter. I'm going to look for a level on you. We're going to think about the Orca. So this will trade. This will pop his melon. And then we get into trades here. And we just need a gigantic pug at the back to clean up. Right? Easiest win of the Reverend's life. Easiest win. He's not going to do anything. He's not going to make any improvements. Okay. Kill the stonefish, dude! Oh, he was so close! Nice. Oh, that seems good. That seems pretty good. However, his octopus is now really big. And where do I want this baguette? Let's think through it. I'm popping whatever's at the front, which is probably going to be this guy. And then this guy gives them back. So I think I want my baguette further back. It might just be here, right? I'll rip this celery, look for equipment next turn. This guy exists to pop something. Just to pop a melon. Let's see. Let's see. Level 3 Spino, turn 12, ain't bad. Level 2 Orca, this hawk is good tech. He has big octopus. With incoming good things, like... Yeah, there it is. Okay, is it enough? Firefly. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so scary. Holy smokes, man. Do I even want... am I just going to end up feeding the octopus? Very possible. Very possible. Maybe freezing this celery this bad has been horrible, but I want it. I definitely want it. At least under the current construction, this guy's going to be big enough to deal with this. As long as the pug gets through. Let's see. I think I celery my pug and look for better equipment. There was a baguette there. Probably wanted that. I probably wanted that. God damn it, Rev. What's he on? 3, 1. I'm on 3. He's on 1. That baguette, in honor of bread, in honor of Gabriel Bread Gaming, this baguette might have just been lovely. He takes his full clock. Why do I think he's going to front his octopus? No. Buff this guy. Pug survives on 1. Warthog! No, but then I give them health back on this. Pop. Yeah. I'm out of the chair. Nobody doubted for a second. Reverend is a genius. This is the part where I watch it back and was like, why did I make those 18 misplays? There it is. 1653. I think I've just played 4 games in a row against that guy. Shout out to him. 1653. That means we finished this episode. I'm top 1%. I'm within 16. I am in striking distance, as they call it. And I look forward to seeing you sometime next week. Here is the interview with the one, the only, Max Wu. Okay, before we start this interview with today's guest, I want to make clear this is our second attempt at doing this because I made the worst mistake you can make as a creator, not checking the audio levels, and it was an absolute mess. So luckily, our guest, which is Max Wu, has been nice enough to run it back. We're going to do it one more time. Hello, Max.
Yes, I'm Max Wu, also known as Pigs Are Gods in SAP. This is our second time doing the interview. First time went okay, but hopefully we're here to make some improvements.
That's right. That's right. We're going to do it even better. So, if you're unfamiliar with Max, I'll give you the quick rundown. Max has only been in competitive SAP for 14 months, and here are his achievements in that time. He has captained a flawless team tour team. He has established himself as one of the best in the game and has recently won SAP Summit, the top individual tournament. So this man has done more in 14 months than most of us have done in our entire lives. And Max, a question I didn't ask the first time that I want to ask now. What was your actual journey into just SAP in general?
I feel like I share the same journey as a lot of people who got into SAP, but essentially I watched a few Ludwig videos, saw this game, and had zero idea what was going on, but it looked interesting. So I decided to pick it up and play a couple hundred arena games, but then
Mm-hmm.
was a little bit disappointed that there wasn't a competitive mode, so I quit. But then
Oh,
a few years back in Dojo, Ben versus came out.
isn't that funny that that's such a sliding doors moment? Like, if you never come back, then all those accomplishments I mentioned never happened, and the rest of us are continuing life as normal, not knowing that we almost missed on the Max Wu experience.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have the same experience in Dojo where they've been playing Arena for a long time and they're excited to get into versus.
And then, like, it's like a whole new world. So I want to, anyone, literally anyone in the competitive scene knows you and your story well. But I want to explain your story to the non-competitive people like this. This is the normal process for a new competitive player. You come from an arena background. You have what I called in the first time we did this interview, the Dunning-Kruger effect, where you probably think you're better than you are, at least from a versus sense. You get humbled very quickly and you start as a low seed. And then you start this long grinding process to slowly work your way up the seeds, as we would call it in Team 2. And usually that's a very long process. But Max, you are one of the chosen few that did not have that process. You went from charming 5th seed to like, oh, this rookie's kind of good, to very quickly being like, oh, this guy might be like the best or one of the best. You didn't have the regular path. And I want to ask, what do you think are the main one or two reasons why you had that path?
I think I got into the community immediately with a mindset to improve as fast as possible because
Mm-hmm.
I would watch some of the top players' gameplay and I would just really, really want to understand what they're doing. So from
Mm.
the moment I into Dojo, I just wanted to get good. And game as a result of asking for coaching, looking at my own replays, just overall being motivated and having a decent amount of spare time to study the game.
Yeah, and we touched on this in the first one. The first time we did this, we touched on this later, but we'll get into it now. You had some particular coaching that you credited with triggering that fast improvement. Do you want to talk about that and shout those people out now?
Sure. I've had quite a few coaches. It started with Drazy, who was on my first Team Tour team,
Hell yeah.
and then Scary Snakes later. And then after Scary Snakes, it kind of became I would have more practice partners and I would have to coach myself. Though is Drazy actually every time I made a mistake would tell me to do 10 push-ups. It's really funny.
Knowing Dre, that's just so funny. But I like that. Not only did you get strong, you got good.
Quite the good motivator. But yeah, I would credit most of it towards Scary Snakes. He kind of I just asked for coaching and then he would coach me whenever he had time. And he's coached both me and Smurf and many other top players to the top level of the game. And to be honest, it just really helped me understand and gain access towards like months of SAP knowledge in a matter of days, which I don't think is possible to do alone.
Yeah. Yeah, and you and Snakes almost became like... I feel like... I might be wrong here. I feel like you sort of invented or refined the current turtle meta. At least in my world, like the current turtle style of play in my brain is the snakes and Max style of play. Is that fair or am I wrong?
So I think the turtle meta is broken into three different things, three different styles of play that, or maybe not styles of play, but three different rules that have been invented by different people.
Yeah.
I think Snakes and I like of stats and making your team be consistently good and have consistently good board building. I think that should be credited towards Snakes, me, Monkey, Skunkle, a bunch of other people. But yeah.
Yeah, so that actually perfectly leads into my next point. In the SAP Summit final, which if I didn't make that clear enough at the start, Team Tour is like the premier or the most famous team-based event. SAP Summit, if you didn't see my video last week or you haven't heard of it, it is the top, as the name Summit would suggest, the top individual event, which was just won last week by Max, which is just phenomenal in only 14 months. In the final set versus Smurf, Violet, who is an incredible commentator, said that you are the single best board builder in competitive Super Auto Pets. In the sense that you almost never have bad boards. You work your way through your gold and building up your team better than absolutely anyone. Which, even though my opinion means nothing, I would agree with. How did you develop that sense? Is it something that you actively worked on, or is it intuition? Or like, what would you credit that to?
I definitely think that board building is the most important skill in the game. So it is the first thing and primarily only thing that I worked on. And I would say it's both a mix of intuition and learned skill. So once I learn some of these principles, like which units are good, what things to roll for, then I can develop the intuition by actually playing the game. And I think the most important thing to my board building skill was being aware of how many things I'm actually rolling for each turn. So in order to get a good board a consistent amount of the time, I made sure for every new turn, I would be rolling for a specific amount of things, maybe 3 to 6 things. And this way, I know that I'm not rolling for too many things and I'm not rolling for too little things. For example, on turn 5, I would be rolling for a salad, garlic, my triples, and maybe a giraffe or a rabbit. And this way, I know that not only am I consistently making good boards, but I'm also consistently out board building my opponents if they're just clicking the roll button and not really looking at what to roll for.
Yeah. So it's funny, the first time we did this interview, when you made this point, which I think is so crucial and people should be taking mental or physical notes, as you were saying that, you just saw me aimlessly rolling in the background. This time, I want you to know, Max, that since we did that interview a couple of days ago, I went on a win streak, and the gameplay that the viewers are seeing right now is from that win streak. So they're literally seeing the Max Wu influence behind us on the screen.
That's really funny.
So just to expand that point a little bit more, you're saying that you come into every round with like a clear understanding of what you're rolling for. You have mentioned to me in the past that that is in direct contrast to how an arena player would usually play, especially those who come from arena to versus. What do you mean exactly by that?
I think an arena player, like you said, has a bit of Dunning-Kruger effect, and they think they know what's best at all times.
Guilty.
So, for example, like if you're a Turtle Pack player, you think Elephant Blowfish is just the most broken thing. So in your mind, you're not looking at your board and their board and being like, what should I roll for? You're like, okay, let me play Elephant Blowfish. That's what I'm going to do every game. And that gives you no adaptability and kind of locks you in a specific thing. And almost always, this leads to you rolling for too little things instead of just the right amount of things. Like, you're rolling for elephant, blowfish, camel, and that's it. Which obviously is not good.
Yes, I actually want to come back to that point, but I want to link into something else you said the first time we did this, which was having the knowledge as you're going through your turn, your shop phase, about whether you're going to win or not. which I think is so interesting because I think that's something that intuitively I knew, but I needed to be reminded. What is it that you meant by that?
Yeah, I think like the second most important skill of the game is evaluating whether you can win. So, uh, in Arena, it's almost always correct to play for the long term, right? Like when you're on turn three, turn four, it's like, okay, I'm going to set up for this final build because I have to win 10 turns in a row. But in Versus, your opponent only has 6 lives, so you only have to win 6 turns. And
Mm-hmm.
that makes winning every single round a little more important. So what I tend to do at the beginning of every round is look at my team and my opponent's team and say, can I win this round? And if I can win this round, how much do I have to sacrifice? Normally, the answer is if the answer is I can win this round and I don't have to sacrifice much, I should always aim to win the round. But if the answer is no, you can't win this round, or you have to sacrifice too much to win this round, instead of trying futilely to win the round, I'm going to greed stats or greed gold as much as possible. That means buying swans, buying snails, or buying scalers in general. Because you want to lose the rounds you're already going to lose as much as possible, but you want to win the rounds that you can win as little as possible.
That's so interesting. If anyone for whatever reason didn't pick up what Max just put down, rewind the last minute. It's it's so funny. Like again, that's something I feel like I'm a fairly experienced player. I think I know that intuitively, but hearing you word it like that has literally got me on a win streak. Because it completely cuts out the whole thing where like players like me, let's say players who have played a lot but aren't the top players, we often have that moment where we look at our board and we're like, where am I going? Like, what am I doing with this? And just being able to cut through that and just think, can I win this turn? As your starting point, I think it makes so much sense. And back to the point you made about forcing one line, it's so funny with this ELO reset because sure, there are some top players who are starting from 1500 and building up with you again, but I've seen these like frequent players who, with all due respect, are destined to hover around 1500 or lower. And there's two guys who will just do nothing but force Ellie Blowfish every game, to the point that if I see them now, I'm like, oh, it's coming. Against Starpack, like, I have tools to deal with this, and I'm completely fine with it. But it just goes to show you that there are players who play this game every day or a lot that only are comfortable with certain lines, right? Which leads into my next question. If you were someone that wanted to get away from that thinking, would your first step be to analyze your own play or to seek out coaching? What would you do first?
Um, I think the best thing to do is to join Sap Dojo first and see what is best for you, because there's definitely multiple routes to this. And you can either look at the resources that people have given you, like tier lists or videos or tutorials, and use that to improve your own game, or you can actively seek out help. But I think at the end of the day, this Super Autopets game is not really a solo game. It's more about using your resources and the people around you to improve. And it has such a beautiful community that should be explored. So whether you are trying to improve this game by yourself or you want a coach, it's best to use outside resources and help from other people, because like 100 brains in Sap Dojo are definitely better than one, even if that one is very good.
Yes, I agree. And if you join Sap Dojo or my Discord or any active kind of Sap Discord, and you say, hey, I am trying to learn X pack, whatever pack you want to play on, can someone help me? You instantly have like at least 5 or 10 people reach out or point you in the direction of someone who will reach out. So like, don't be a stranger. Hell, I will coach you. I will coach you. I might not help. No, but to be serious, there are a lot of people who will help. And coming back to this idea of improving, because this is really what I want to hit home in this interview here. Is there a single biggest thing you see in low-seeded competitive players that drives you insane that you think is the biggest crippling thing to a new player? If we haven't touched on it already, that is.
We've definitely touched on the two main things, which is one, playing the same thing over and over again, and then two, pressing the roll button aimlessly. But
Guilty.
I guess maybe in like an opposite sense, the third thing would be not pressing the roll button enough. And so like a lot of if you don't end up forcing one build, some people might lean in the exact opposite direction of just playing whatever they're given. And like that may mean buying, like a worm and then a bison and then a squirrel and a seal for fun, right? And that's just because those are your tier ups. But at the end of the day, you should know what pets are good and what's going to make your board building good.
Oh my
So
god,
it
the
kind of
timing! The timing! Wait, I just skipped a tier 5 level up that I'd been thinking of for 20 seconds. Do I actually want these pets? And I skipped them right as you said that. I feel so smart. I'm sorry, continue, Max.
Yeah, I mean, like Rev said, like a lot of times people will play in a mindset of hard rules, like, I can't ever skip my tier up, but that's not necessarily true, especially in later turns. So, knowing what exactly is your best path forward and, uh, like not buying everything and instead having the perfect balance is something that I think is super important for newer players to know.
Yeah,
Because a lot of times they're gonna have a bad balance of it.
yeah. So the point you're making there is pet valuation. Like a tier up isn't instantly an upgrade in the gold you have to invest into it. It's actually knowing how to value pets within your pack. Combining that with knowing whether you can win or lose turns. Combining that with good practice of building a board. You combine those three things, you get max woo.
Maybe.
No, I'm really appreciative that you took the time to do this. I'm in a weird spot where we joked about this before we did the interview yesterday, that my role in the community appears to be inspiring people who then become better than me. So I would hope that this interview inspires at least the next 8 Smurfs or Sheep Talks or whoever comes next, and you can give that knowledge that I can't. So I just want to say thank you, Max. We'll close off in a second. Is there anyone not mentioned so far that you want to shout out? A part of this series is to integrate the competitive with the arena community. Is there anyone who you want to give a shout out to now?
Specifically, but I want to give it just being so cool and being a place where I think anyone can learn new things and share new ideas and feel supported all throughout it and feel like there's always people rooting for them.
Was that the dojo you said, by the way? You cut out for a sec. Was it?
Yes, that was the dojo. Yeah, yes.
Yes, continue.
Then I also want to give a shout out to everybody I'm trying to coach or have coached in the past because I think one of the coolest parts about this game is me being able to pass down some of the things I've learned just as people pass down to me. So whether that be like David Lowe or Ta or a bunch of other people that I've tried to coach, I hope they can succeed in the game as well. And if you are watching this video and you are a Turtle Pack player, I would be happy to coach you as well. Just reach out to me.
Okay, that is like, I don't think people would realize how golden of an offer that is. And I know that you're genuine about it, which is cool. Quickly before we close off, I want to give a few shout outs for no particular reason. Shout out Flame96. I'm going to shout out Drazy like you did as well. Shout out Dre. I want to shout out anyone that's ever beaten T-Disc in a ranked game or a competitive set. Much respect to all of you. Do you know the story of when I beat T-Disc recently?
I do not.
Okay, you're going to have to bear with me for a second as I pull up the message. I beat T-Disc, and let me tell you something. It was one of the most masterfully navigated games in the Rev GT in my whole career. So I destroy T-Disc. I message him. Yes. Stockton and Malone should not have felt shame after losing to MJ. None of Tom Brady's opponents should have felt shame after losing to him. And you should not feel shame after losing to Rev GT, Father of Lathe, Wizard of the Sap Arena, Forcer of the Strawberry. He replies 5.5 hours later. This would probably be really annoying if I played a game in the last week. So my final shout out goes to Porter for stealing T-Disc's name. And it turns out I beat Porter while he was streaming shirtless. Okay, to close this out, I asked this question last time, but I think it's worth people hearing. You enter competitive SAP, you climb the mountain potentially faster than anyone, or at least one of the fastest. You now stand as a Team Tour winning captain, a SAP Summit champion. What comes next for Max Wu?
I think that I'm probably going to take a short break from the very highest level of competitive SAP, whether that be trying to grind up to the highest of the ranked leaderboard or just like practicing every day. That won't be happening, but I do want to continue playing Team Tour, coaching, and sticking around in the community. And then hopefully, if I still feel motivated, I'll be back next year to try and win the World Championships again.
I'll see you there. Max?
Yeah.
I said I'll see you there.
Oh, yes. I'll see you there too. I'm sure you'll be in the finals right there with me.
If this win streak continues, who knows? All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Max. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Max Wu. Goodbye, my friend.
Goodbye.
Okay, that was Road to the Park episode 3. I'm going to remind you once again, click on the link in the description and subscribe to Spooksy's channel. There is a whole lot of informative Turtle Pack and just general competitive SAP content on the way. Shout out to Spooksy. Shout out to Max for doing the interview with me. And shout out to you for watching. Good luck on your climb. I'll see you very shortly in episode 4. Goodbye.